Are you one of those middle-class white blokes with guilt?
I'm not sure it's guilt, but that I do think that diversity and inclusion is really important. And so I do understand what Suella Braverman is saying. If you think that you need to rebalance the priorities, in other words, 1,000 hours rather than 2,000 or something like that, I can understand that. But the whole point of having these kind of training sessions is to deal with the kind of conscious or unconscious bias that all of us can be guilty of. It's not necessarily about race.
I'm not guilty of unconscious bias.
Well, how do you know?
I'm not.
How do you know?
Because I know I'm not racist, I know I'm not transphobic, I know I'm not homophobic, I know I'm not
But
sexist.
how can you be certain of that?
Because I'm certain of that.
All right, OK, all right, allowing that, the day that I'm not certain, by the way.
So you think you have some unconscious bias that you actually might secretly be sexist, racist and homophobic, do you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know what my unconscious bias might be because I'm unconscious of it. And the point about...
But you know who you are.
I know who I am.
And you know, presumably, that you believe in equality.
I hope I watch out for it. The point basically is for the training is to make sure that you don't go to interview somebody for a job, for a promotion, for a place at university, and then go and choose somebody who's exactly like them.
But surely that sort of training actually encourages people to be more discriminatory because they have these ideas about race, about stereotypes, about possibly being a racist, sexist, homophobe, and that then makes them treat people differently.
And
this
I mean, Dominic, you wouldn't want to be hired for a job because of your skin colour?
No, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't want to be in a job and be spoken to and treated like a fragile child.
And I wouldn't want to be hired for a job because of my sexuality. It's irrelevant.
I agree with you. That's absolutely right.
Here's the most important thing. Here's the most important thing. If you're in a position because you fit a quota, you will never be respected.
Yeah.
And Nigel's point would make sense if the training wasn't so busy punishing people.
Well, indeed. Because, Nigel, can I just go back to that specific training document that Braverman pulled out? So this is what they're told in a presentation. It's not up to you as a white person to tell a black person whether a phrase is offensive or not. Instead, educate yourself as to why the phrase is offensive and stop using it. There's no grey area there. That is, for want of a better phrase, that is black or white. It's saying you are wrong. No matter what the facts say, you are wrong because you're white. Do you accept that?
Yeah. What I'd like to do, if I knew what the phrase was, say that whether it was Dominic or Sean telling me that there was a phrase you objected to and we could talk about it like grown-ups.
No, that's not what the training's telling me.
I know what that says.
But this is official government training.
I know what that says. And I don't know if it's been taken out of context. What I'm saying
How
is...
can that be taken out of context?
Well, because were you at the training class? I certainly wasn't.
But I'd
like to have been.
This is the actual slide that's showing up on the screen.
And this is very similar to a lot of diversity training that goes on within the private and corporate sector.